Hello, everyone. Welcome to one more Magic Inside podcast. I'm here with Artur. Hello,
Hello,
how are you?
everyone. Hello.
How has been your week? Good?
Good. Yes. A lot of work, but here I am.
Yes.
So, another week.
So today we are going to talk about something that I think, I'm sure you agree, but let me know that it's really very interesting to our viewers, especially for magicians who like someday to make some money with magic, or are amateurs and perhaps they want to have some shows at weddings or corporate or kids magic or whatever it is, and they want to get more shows. So we have several tips because we have been there. I've been a professional magician for many, many years,
Sure.
and you as well. When do you remember when did you have your first paid show?
Actually, yes. It was a birthday party show somewhere in Portugal. I didn't have a car back then, so I asked a friend to drive me there, and so I was very young, and it was my first paid show. And with the paycheck, I remember I bought a office chair. So it was like my first show, first money earned with magic. Other than that, I've done other shows, not paid shows, but also stage shows before that. But my first one was birthday party, kids magic.
How old were you when do you remember?
Perhaps 15, 16, more or less.
Really?
Yeah.
That's nice.
I was very young. Yeah.
Yeah, my first paid show, I was like 10 or something, even though...
A paid show with 10
paid
years
show.
old?
Yes, that's right. That's right.
It was a birthday party? Or?
No, it was a company here in Oporto, which was actually from a friend of my aunt that you all know. And it was for about 50 people. It was really scaring, it was very... Yeah. And it's great because... we did many shows. Now you don't do as much as you want to because you are more dedicated to the websites and everything, and I'm more dedicated to creating magic. But I mean, we had literally hundreds. We gave hundreds of shows. I mean, I started with birthday parties. I did many birthday parties. And I miss some of those moments, because it's great. Because I remember when I gave those shows. After a few shows, I mean, I was able to buy a speaker, and then a shared microphone. So, and I went to people's home and performed like 50
you
minutes.
Reinvested your earnings.
I always invested, once I made some money, I always invested back into the business. Even nowadays, I do a lot of that, For example, to have now the facility where we are shooting now, or to have, I always prefer to invest in the business, But yes, so regarding this, what do you think about having a good website nowadays? Because you are a programmer. For people that don't know,
sure,
you are an amazing programmer.
I've always been. That's why I bought the office chair to actually have a desk and a chair, so that I can program. So I've been doing websites since also very young. I've done your first website.
Many, actually.
So you had several versions, several iterations. But a good website is very important nowadays. But not only that, I also think that nowadays social media, Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, whatever, is also very important. But on a corporate side, I think websites is very important because they will book you and they need to justify your booking. So you need to have good information, good media, whatever on your website. So
I think that a good website should really make a difference. I mean, if I want to hire someone, I like to see. I think that the website that is well designed, I think it really helps selling, because of course, how do you say, word
of mouth.
Is that word of mouth? It's very
also
important.
very important.
Very important.
That's how I managed to get many shows throughout the years. Mostly word of mouth. Of course, I have a website, I do social media, etc. But word of mouth was very, very important for me because it really works well. But
but if you really still need a very good website,
yes,
even though you are
yes.
active on Instagram, you are active on all the social media. I think the website represents the. And when I did several websites, as you know, throughout the years. And I think that the design should be very, very important because nowadays I see many websites that are not, how should I say, they have a lot of information, they are not clean, they are too loud, you know.
Especially when you are beginning into magic, you don't have a lot of portfolio. You don't have a very good biography, for example, because you didn't accomplish much in the magic world. But in these scenarios, it's preferable to have like a minimalist approach to the website, so less is more. You don't need to have a very extensive biography. You don't need to have a very extensive portfolio.
Less is more. Yeah.
You can you can, if you don't have good pictures, that's good photos. That's a place to start. Okay. Also videos. You should invest in some photo shoots.
Yes.
You should invest in someone to help you record some videos. And you can arrange all that in a controlled environment with your friends, or you ask, for example, to a restaurant owner to allow you to perform for a group of people, and you have that photographed and filmed, and there's material for your website. So that's the place to start. But also very important to convey your message, because you have a style. Or if you don't have a style yet, you should begin also to find your style into magic. What I mean is that your website helps you to define that, or to convey that message, that style of yours to your customers. Because on Instagram, you can, of course, do a lot of posting, a lot of interaction, but Instagram layout is formatted, so it's the same for everyone.
Right.
Okay. And on your website, you can actually involve whoever goes to see your website in a different realm. What I mean is that, for example, if you are if your style is more into mystery magic, like mentalism, for example, you can have a website with all dark colors, with special effects, kind of smoke, animations, whatever, and you convey your message as a mystery magician. As opposed, if you are like a more corporate style,
you must define
magician,
your target audience.
Yes, you can have a website that's more clean, that's more streamlined, So that's a website is very important also for the way that you want to convey your style of magic to your audience.
Yes.
If you're a kids magician, of course, you have a very playful website, etc., etc.
Yeah, but it should be well thought out. I mean, I think that we must impress the client in the first seconds, because the first images that they see, I think that the message should be, okay, this guy is interesting. I mean, I want to continue to see the website, because if I find a website that's not that does not appeal me, does not say too much, or the magician with a very bad photograph, I mean, I instantly close it.
There are some guidelines, or there should be, but there is some guidelines for a good magician's website, how it should be structured. Generally speaking, of course, I'm not going to be in such detail here, but a landing page for a website should present you. So it should say who you are, what do you do. You're a magician. Here's my photo. A short introduction to your magic, and then what kind of services you provide, or kind of shows do you provide, and where do you perform, in which locations, and your contacts. This structure is very, very important, because imagine that you are a customer. You want to book some magician, or you even better, you want to book some entertainer. You don't really know. It can be a guy that plays guitar. or can be a magician. It would be also nice.
Yeah.
But then you land on your website. Okay, so who you are, how do you look? Well, you wanna see the guy you're going to. So a good photo, good mugshot picture, photograph is very important. Who's this guy? What does he do? What services does he provide? What can I buy from him? Where is he living, or where does he perform?
Is very far or not? Because you know, if you hire someone which is 3 hours away, it will be more expensive naturally. So
there is client that's don't bother about that, but others like some proximity. Do. So
depends.
That's also very important, and of course your content. So this should be the
I think so. Something that I have seen on a few websites, and I think it's very important, is that magicians should not have like a Gmail, like
also that's
magician at gmail.com. I mean, please, no, just buy a domain. It's so cheap. It's like $10. You pay like a server for €50 or dollars a year.
I've seen worse than that. Not only Gmail or Gmail. I don't. It's there is some magicians I've seen that use like .wix.com for
that
the
is
URL.
Even worse. That is even worse.
So it's when you start your journey into magic, you expect to earn some money, but you need to invest upfront some. It may not be that much money, but some things that you need to invest, and a domain is one of those things. It's cheap. I mean, it is. It's a small investment for what it is, and it allows you to convey a more professional.
Much better. It's like you have like booking at nameofthemagician.com. This is much better than the namethemagician at gmail.com or the nameofthemagician.31503. What's this? I mean, it's so unprofessional, but I've seen it a lot. You know,
and the can be a good thing or a bad thing is that those kind of small details will attract different types of customers.
That's correct.
If you have a very low end website, like with an email with a public handler like Gmail or whatever, Yahoo, whatever, or a domain that it's not registered to you, it will attract people that don't want to pay much for your services, and you kind of don't want that. You may be targeting a low-end kind of audience, but generally speaking, this kind of details doesn't bring you high-pay customers. So avoid that.
I agree with that. And something now you are touching a very interesting point. Because we both have a friend in common, and you know this already, but we both have a friend in common that there was a company that wanted to hire him. It was for a corporate show, you know. I won't say his name, but doesn't matter for the time being. And he told me, João, perhaps I should ask this price, you know. And I said, it was a good price, but I told him, if you are going to ask that, they will not book you. And then he said, why, do you think it's too much? Perhaps it is because it's a big company. And I said, no, you are asking too low. You know, because the thing is, depending on your target, depending on the customer that is going to hire you, having a low budget makes the customer say, okay, perhaps I don't want to hire because I really want a good professional. And for this price, it's too cheap. I don't want to book him. And for you, it might be good money, but for that company in particular, you must really measure it. Sometimes it's not easy, but I think it's very important that magicians are aware of that. Don't you think?
You need to know your markets, and that only comes with the time, because, of course, when you are starting, it's very difficult. Even for us. We know the market, but the market's always changing as well. So it's always very difficult to really know what is the price point for magic shows on your country. It's you need to really be into the market and do a lot of how do I say, it's a market research. Yes, so it doesn't come that easy, but you are right. Asking for a low price when you are dealing with the big customers, usually it doesn't convey for the customer, they don't trust.
Yep. That's it. And then the truth is, this person in particular asked for 3 times more, and they booked him.
Of course.
You know, so it's very
depends
interesting.
on the client, of course.
I'm just giving you an example, and of course, again, he had a good website, he had a good image. If he had a very badly made website, I mean, and what do you think regarding the website? Still, what do you think? Do you think that the magician can do them on Wix, for example? Because I believe you can pay so that the Wix part on the address does not
nowadays. Actually, Wix is a very good. It has a very good editor. It evolved a lot, so Wix is a very good place for you to
make a website in 2 days or 3. Yeah.
And not only on the basic stuff, but more advanced stuff. Nowadays, you are able to do this on Wix or in Squarespace, for example.
You don't need any programming skills.
You can actually mix programming with their editor, but you don't actually need, if you don't want to. It's out of the box.
WordPress is more difficult, right?
WordPress, it's almost the same. It has the advantage of having like templates already in the market, so you can buy. And then but it works more or less the same, except WordPress works on so you own the installation of WordPress. It works on your server, as of Wix works on their server, so it's on their cloud, so you don't need to invest in some server to host your website. It's on their site, so it's the main difference, because you don't really own the website, the code. It's hosted somewhere on the Wix.
So what will be your suggestion for someone that is starting, but someone that wants to invest some money? Okay, will they go to a professional company that makes websites, you know, or they should do it on Wix, for example? Do you think that Wix is a good starting point?
If you are really starting into magic, Wix is a good place, or Squarespace. There are lots you can find. You can also search, for example, Wix on Google, Wix alternatives or WordPress alternatives. It will give you a list of more updated alternatives on the web. But if you are really starting, it's a great place to start. If you are like a little bit more advanced, my suggestion would be to find like a local company that makes websites, or even better, if you have a friend that's a freelancer,
like you did to me for many years.
Yes, would be the way to go. But I say local because these companies that do websites can really have like high prices, so you kind of need to be like aware of that and make your way around it.
That's right.
If you are not like to invest, I don't know, 5,000. If you really want to go lower than that, you should find some company that does it like a small 2-3 people company, something like that.
Yeah. So about the website, that's it. And as you mentioned before, you talk about the images, you talk about the video, and I really believe in that. I mean, having especially a good trailer, not too long, you know, like a 1 minute the most. I mean, I think that magicians that don't have the money to hire a professional company or something like that, at least they say, let's imagine that they are going to perform a wedding, you know, just to talk with the couple and say, would you mind if I take someone with me to take some pictures?
I've done that.
You know, and perhaps even with an iPhone, you know, something like that, because they really need to have. And what sells more, I don't think it's the Instagram tricks when you perform for weddings or corporate. I think that the audience's reaction, because especially in weddings, people want to see, okay, if I hire this guy,
this is how it's going
my
to be.
guests are going to have a great, unforgettable time. This is the message. It's not the coin that disappears and you are with your sleeves rolled up. Perhaps 1 moment or 2 or 3.
Actually, there's...
Okay, but you know what I mean?
Yes. So you talked about the videos. One thing that I would like to mention regarding that is that you should have like different types of videos, if you do different types of magic, not all, of course you can have like how to say it,
a
showreel of yours, like 1 minute or 130 seconds showreel, but then it's better if you do like another showreel just for weddings, or another showreel just for corporates, and you have that even without your. You can have different versions of your of these videos, versions with your contact, for example, or website in the video. Others with no context, plain, so that you can also take it to agencies or those guys who manage you or manage your career, so that they can show this video to their clients without like having your phone number or your website on it. So you should prepare different versions of the same material that you have. So you were talking about the videos.
Yeah, and they can add. There are many apps now. There is one which is called Animoto. I don't know if you know it. Animoto is really cool. They take some of your clips, you know, and make it into a really 30-second trailer. Of course, you select the images, but the way they mix, it's really. They are on the market for many years. You know, I know that Luis Matos used these already for some of his videos.
Okay, I know what
it's called Animoto. It's really good. And yeah, it's very important. Also, something that is very important, which is another subject, is I think that the magician should have someone booking shows for him. And now some of our viewers might be saying, okay, that's perfect, but I don't have money to spend on someone. But the thing is, if you have like a friend, find a friend, for example, that perhaps is looking for a job or something like that, and wants to help you and go in that journey with you. And perhaps you can give him 10% or 20% of the shows that he gets for you. The advantage of this is that first you are helping a friend and he's helping you, you know, because I think that if you have someone 8 hours a day or even 5 hours or 6 hours every single day reaching for companies and sending the information, and I think that you will naturally, in the midterm, have more shows, you know?
Of course.
I think, because I think the magician should really focus on simply his performances. You know, he should really try to be the best as he can. I mean, it's the same as me in the company here. I mean, of course, I invent tricks, you know, but I have people that help me. Engineers, cinematographers, people that do the production of the tricks. It's not me who do everything. At the beginning I was, you know, but it evolved into this stage that I am right now. And I think this is important because you imagine it's having someone working for you that much time, the shows will appear. You know,
it helps if this person knows a little bit about the market. It helps
even better if he does.
If it helps a little bit also about marketing and some strategies, because perhaps what you are suggesting, the cold call strategy nowadays, well, it kind of worked back then, but nowadays you have other means of marketing, of people getting to know you. Social media is one of them, so it helps if this person that you find also knows how to, for example, manage your social media, or it helps if this person helps you manage some kind of mailing list, for example. That's a way that you can actually have a means of communication to a big number of people. It's through a mailing list. It's kind of outdated, but it works actually. So yeah, and you are helping someone, at least in the beginning,
and it's more professional. You know, there is one guy which is called Nilton, which is a comedian here in Portugal. You know him, of course.
Yes.
And he has a very funny story, and he says that when he was starting, he didn't have an agent. And in his opinion, like mine, having an agent is very important. An agent or someone that makes the calls for you, you know, because it's different, you know, it's totally different. It's not a magician who is calling, who is sending the emails. It's a third person, you know.
It's not so low level.
Exactly.
Because then it comes to the point where they will ask you for what's your price, you know, and you need to put a price on yourself. And so by having this agent or fake agent, as you were describing, it helps to put a barrier between the magician. The client never talks with the magician. It's someone who is not accessible.
The magician is busy with his own things. It's, you know, and Nilton at the time was himself only, and he changed the voice, you know. So he was on the phone with his normal voice, and then he changed. He placed a more deep voice. Mr. Nilton is now busy, something like this. And it was very funny, you know, because this happened for several years before Nilton had the money to hire someone and do the calls for him. So it's...
But it may work for some. I mean, it may not for everyone. I know some magicians that do this by themselves. It's their way of doing it. It's their style. So perhaps it can work for some. But for others, perhaps you assume it's like if you wanna be, for example, a magician for private parties, private shows, like not kids shows, but when you go to perform at someone else's house, for example. If you assume that if you are that kind of magician, perhaps it helps that it's you who picks up the phone, because people will, I don't know, talk to the guy and be more like, for example, if you are to hire a plumber, you know, would you rather prefer talking to the plumber or to talk with a call center that's then passes the whole issue to the plumber, you know? So when then you meet the plumber in your house, you never talked to him before, so
I think it's different. I think it's different. I don't know. I don't have the answer for that right now, but I really think it's different. You know, because you are talking about a show where art is involved. I'm not saying that being a plumber is not art, because there is a lot of knowledge in that.
I'm just saying that you are hiring someone to perform a job that it's that person, you know.
But we're talking about going to the home of the person.
Yes. So if you are that kind of magician, perhaps it helps for you to pick up the phone and talk.
But for example, for weddings or for corporate, because the thing is, if you have someone, again, like 7 hours or 8 hours every day, even if the magician did that, then you'll be tired and you'll not practice, will not come up with the routines that he wants to, will not invest in his image, you know. And having someone better than him, this is important, you know. You must hire someone better than you in marketing.
With other skills.
Things will grow much easier.
It helps if it's, for example, a friend that it's also on not a magician, but a friend who is also entertainer, or it's in the business, but not in the same business as you. Otherwise, it will be, you know.
I think so. Yeah.
But so different approaches. You must set your style and then. Define how you want to communicate with your customers.
Exactly.
Right.
So we talked about a good website, a good image, a good pictures for the website, of course, a good trailer, having someone booking shows for you. Another thing is wedding conventions. I mean, I did a few. I don't know if you did.
No, never. I've been in some.
Okay.
But never actually booked how to call it, a stall. No, it's not a stall. It's a booth.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes, I did.
But you did. Yeah.
I did. Yes. And yes, and it works really well. And I was there levitating the spectators, and I have like a TV, you know, with my trailers appearing at the back with some famous people, Portuguese people that people recognize. It also helps, you know, because they become more connected to your brand. Because if, for example, you and I performed for one of the most famous not musicians, which is Pedro Brunhosa, right? Because we had a TV show together, and he is really one of the most respected guys in Portugal in the arts, in this case in the music industry. He really is on the top, you know that.
Yes.
And the fact that we performed for him and we have a video with him liking our style and our magic. This kind of small clips, if magicians can have that, it really helps.
It's like celebrities.
I think it really helps, you know.
Yes, you can actually work that. It's not easy, I would say. We had the chance to film with this famous personalities, no, celebrities in Portugal, because we had this TV show, and so we had all these. We produced it actually, so we had this chance to do this. But if you don't have the chance to have a TV show in your country or whatever, you can still work this kind of. Videos with celebrities. You need to reach these celebrities with a purpose, I would say.
Yeah, of course.
Perhaps try to see if you are friends of someone who knows someone, even though if it's a low end celebrity, for example. Nowadays, a lot of YouTubers. So if you can reach one and perform for them, then you will be able to reach another one, because you will then have material to show.
Yep.
Because you filmed with that other one.
It'll be easier.
So, yeah, it will be easier to get into that celebrity and make your way around to the top. Yeah.
But yes, these wedding conventions or fairs, I don't know what to say, really made some difference, you know. And I also at the time had like DVDs, you know. I record a lot. I place stickers on the DVDs.
Yeah, I remember that.
So
I also did that.
Yeah,
because back then it was the DVD. It was your way of giving a video or whatever media to someone. Nowadays, of course, you have your website, you have your social media that you can post videos and someone will actually see on the spot. But back then it was the DVD.
It was, and at the time I remember I had like a Grand Illusion, which was a great showstopper, you know, because people were walking by the booth and they freezed. Because I was levitating a spectator. It was made by Spontos, the Spontos Levitation 360, because it's a great levitation. I also did it on TV a few times, because the great thing with the Spontos one, just to mention it, is that people can be surrounded, which is perfect, you know. So I was there in this booth, floating spectator. Anyway, having a good trick, like a giant trick, like not a giant, but a good one that make not only card tricks, you know. If I'm talking about weddings, because people want something fast, something, you know, is different than going to a 1 hour theater show, you know. It's something fast. People are passing by.
It was a time where I made also illusion to make the bride appear in the wedding. So
it was the tent, no.
No. It was that flying box illusion, you know. So I put the groom, is that you call it?
I think so.
To make the bride appear, and it was a great success. By the time.
Yes. We also did, I believe, the shadow tent. I think one time or two.
Yes, we owned this for a long time. So we made we also made some show with ballerinas, and we made the ballerinas appear.
In fact, speaking about the shadow tent, there is a guy which is Mac King who still does it anyway. So, okay, regarding weddings, it's great because you have those conventions. And yes, you're talking about the cold calls. Many years ago, I used to do that. I had a person doing those calls. And basically what they said is, there's a magician which I work with, that person said that, which is called João, and he'd love to have a 3-minute meeting with you well, he can show you some of his magic. Does not take you any of your time. It's really fast, and we are sure you are going to enjoy. Many said no, 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 but many said yes. And the great thing is then that person booked the times, and I was totally available to go to those meetings. And when I went there, I mean, I tried to do them away. I did my best, for in those 3-4 minutes, and it worked for me, because there were several places that because of those 3 minutes, I mean, I said, I want to hire this guy. I mean, he's unbelievable,
But you should always. I mean, if you are approaching someone with the purpose of for you to show them their magic, it must have another purpose, which is for that someone. Either you're going to make them earn money because they will resell your shows or whatever,
100%,
or you will provide them with a way of streamlining their processes. I'm talking about, for example, wedding venues. If you approach some wedding venues, you would. I mean, they don't earn money with you. They can just refer your services to the couples,
yes,
for example, without earning any money.
But for them to refer, they must see you and believe in your work.
But you are like actually giving them some portfolio also for the couple to marry on their venue,
Yep.
Because we have this guy, even though if they don't earn any money from your show, it's something that they have that has value, which is you, and they are showing to these couples, and
exactly.
because of that, perhaps couples will book the venue because of you, or
if you want, there was one place that I did that. I said, for every booking that I have, I'll give you 20%, and it worked because that person said, okay, I want to
20% is better than 0%.
Exactly. So it's a little, so they feel more compelled to even more. First, because they liked you. Okay, you should be good at what you do, or at least do your best in those 3-5 minutes. But if you give them something, it's different, I think it's important.
But also, I think one of the main, of course, it's all important, but word of mouth, it's very, very important, because it also depends on the work that you do. If you are doing a good work for the people that will see your magic, if they do like, they will naturally refer you by zero costs to you.
That's right.
So it's something that you, as a beginner, perhaps you should invest on. And the trick here is people need to like you. Okay,
you must be likable.
Like your magic. So this is a big thing. So why should people like my magic? But I think that the main thing is people must like you. So you should be like charismatic to people. Depends on your style. Perhaps you are like a more mystery magician, but still you can have empathy with people. And I think this is very important.
Right.
At the end of the day, you are showing people something extraordinary, so something that they don't see on their daily day. So you are showing them something special. They must like, and you must make like connections with these people. And I think it's one of the key ingredients to have like word of mouth.
I think so.
Yeah.
And business cards as well. There is one saying that Paul Daniels used to say, which is, even if you go to the gas station, take your business cards with you and give it to the guy. You don't know if his hunt is going to have like a wedding or something, and might book you for that, So
nowadays there is lots of ways that you can give a business card to anyone on your magic routines, and so this is definitely something.
I used to perform one when I give the business card, which was what
like
leads
the fire.
It was by Jim Pace, and then Adam Wheeler released Pyro, I think, which is the burning business card, which really creates an impact. It's something cool. It's a cool moment.
Extreme.
Yeah. So I think we covered a lot, right? About booking shows. We give some tips to our viewers that really want to. And
Absolutely.
now you want to perform a trick?
I have a trick for you, but I won't be using any cards or
no cards.
whatever. Since
Okay.
we talked about
You want me to film you?
perhaps or perhaps not.
No?
It's okay. Because we talked about these social media and ways of you getting noticed by other people. I want to show you something, perhaps using let's use Instagram. Yes.
Okay.
So
Yes.
I have your profile here.
Okay.
You recognize these,
Yes, this Blackpool.
these pictures, these videos. This one is from Blackpool Magic Convention. Perhaps I can show to the camera. So what I want you to do, instead of choosing a playing card or whatever, I want you to choose a picture from your profile. So I don't want to influence you in anything, and I don't want you to show me whichever selection we will do. So let's keep it your selection. But more important than that, I don't want you to see your selection. So I want you to make a selection at random. Okay. Just like if you were asking someone to take a card, you know, from the deck, this person won't see the card because the cards are face down. So I want you to just take the phone like this, face down.
Okay.
And I want you to turn the screen face down and scroll in whichever direction you want, up or down.
Okay.
It will scroll. Yes. Yes. So you just scroll big time, or just take the phone.
So I can show to everyone that is really
it is scrolling. But turn the phone face down, and once you scroll, don't show me. If it's okay, just put your against your chest. Yes, against your heart. So this is going to be okay. So you have scrolled up or down.
I think it was up for a few times. Then I down, but totally
I will
random.
Try to okay. So I will try to get whichever picture you chose. Just put your finger like this.
Really like to do this.
Yes. Okay. So I see. Well,
may I see now?
You want to take a peek?
May I see?
Yes, but don't show me. You can show to the camera. Yeah.
May I show to the camera?
Yes. Yes.
But
I don't want to see it. Yes. I will try to figure out how many posts do you have on your Instagram, like 100 or 200
perhaps.
I see two persons in this picture. Yes, lots of creativity around, I believe. It's like a very recent, I see two guys. One of them is you, and another one is also very creative, but a very important person, which is Burglas. So it's a picture with you and
Marvin Burglas. Yes.
Can you show to the camera?
Yes, it is.
Oh, very nice.
Very cool. I love this. I mean, it really looks a free choice.
But it's not, and it is actually just one way that you can
for our viewers.
That you can present this trick. It's a way that is so the magician guesses whichever picture the user stopped at, but you can have other presentations, like you can use the spectator's phone also to choose a picture, and they will match both phones, for example.
This is a trick that you invented, and you programmed it yourself.
Yes,
and you did everything from scratch, you know. And I know that when you went in Blackpool, Mark Karnstein gave you a great compliment because you really loved your app.
Yes.
So tell our viewers all about it, or not all, but the name where they can find it.
So this is Predict and Grab. It's a web app trick that mimics your Instagram with some extra hidden features at the end. So there is a few routines that you can do. This is one of those routines. It works especially if you use your spectators' Instagram, because they know the photos. and so you can guess, you can, you know, have this kind of mental connection with the spectator. But you can have other presentations like the one that I mentioned. You put both spectator and magician's phone into play, and the magician makes a prediction on one phone, and then a spectator makes a random choice, just like you did, and they both match.
It's great because it was with my Instagram. I mean,
yes,
it's really cool.
And at the end, there is an extra hidden feature, bonus, which you can actually take out the image from the Instagram. It has a few details where you are left with a blank gap where the picture used to be, and there is no carousel, you know, those slider dots that Instagram has. So there is none of that.
People have no clue how it works.
It will be plain blank, the spot where the picture used to be, and then you can just take out the printed card with that picture and give it as a souvenir to the spectator. It's not a business card, but it can have your details on the back, for example.
It works really like that. It's really good.
So it's and this is great because it's on your phone, always ready to go, and this is like impromptu. It's not impromptu, but it looks like it's impromptu magic.
I mean, yes, I didn't even remember. It was a few years ago that you created this. I mean,
yes, it was.
I really like it.
Yeah.
Very
my projects. We have new episode next week, and then next week
every 2 weeks, at least.
Yes. With a lot of great guests coming to the studio.
Yes.
So. Yes. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, because there will be actually very good guests coming to the Magic Inside podcast. So
yes, see you guys
very
soon. Thank you.